So that's what basically this episode 11 of Reincarnated as a Sword. Excuse me, I forgot to take my headphones off. Okay, but anyways, basically in regards to basically of this episode, I definitely do like this episode. This episode was pretty good, and I definitely do understand now what Baron what's his name? I think it's called Baron Reviews or something like that. You guys probably know who he is. He has like long hair or something like that, and he wears a hoodie and stuff like that. And I love his reviews. His reviews are been spot on about what some of the things like he said because it seems to me that he really knows a lot more anime than I do. Even though I'm 41 years old, I mean I don't know how old he is, so I really don't know. But even though I do respect him and I really do. But even though just basically just some of the things like he said basically in this episode 11 about what he said that he knew that Fran and teacher or would say papa or dad, whatever you want to say, like it's basically saying, and the thing, what the. Okay, I'm so sorry. I could have swore I saw something. I'm so sorry, but it was as I was saying for. I think he's pretty spot on about everything what he said. I mean, it's. I don't think it's not like predicting the future or anything for the anime and stuff. I think he has been a little critical of this anime, which I think that might be a good thing, or maybe not, or maybe not. But one thing that I think he said that like splitting up, or her teacher or that, whatever you want to call her, I mean, or you call her, and basically, and Fran splitting them both up means they won't be able to be as powerful as they really are and stuff like that because like I said before, basically because in my live reaction when I was talking, I was basically just saying like basically because like if you were to leave a gear behind or if you were to sell that gear, then there's a very good possibility you may not be able to get it back. You may not be able to get it back because you sold it, but you can still get it back after 24 hours or a certain cooldown you may not be able to get and stuff like that because like I said before, it could be gear, it could be the necklace, it could be trinkets, it could be a sword, it could be anything, could be anything. But it can also drop down your item level also as well too, because means that your stats will go down also well too. That can be a problem, and that can really make yourself very weak because you don't have your favorite sword or you don't have your favorite gear or necklace or rings, whatever it is stuff like that. Those are just very extremely important, basically, of the character, basically in the game to help to overcome difficult monsters basically in the game, and that's why it's so very important to get yourself some new gear or upgrade or whatever it maybe is, and maybe it's for me in this step. One thing I do want to say is that basically in this anime, to me, I feel like Fran really does not know how to summon magic. Okay, that's what it basically seems to me because basically being separated from her sensei or dad, whatever you want to call him or whatever or something. But even though the one I'm trying to say here is that when both of them being split up and stuff like that, France, she does not have no abilities or powers that she really actually has, and she really does not. She really does not. And I was kind of like hoping for one of those things. You're like kind of like you're hoping for something, maybe like a miracle could happen. Just like basically like with Goku, when Goku went up against Jaden, or I do believe that's his name. He's basically the final main antagonist basically in the anime of Dragon Ball Super and stuff because I mean, and it's just basically the dude is just so very strong. Is like he couldn't be stopped, even though both of them went blow to blow and stuff like that. Even though with Goku when he had Ultra Instinct when he summoned the Ultra Instinct, which is pretty much the most powerful I really definitely do think he ever has gone to and stuff like that. But but you also have to understand also well too, like I know this is kind of off topic, but to be honest with you, I feel like I want to say it again because it's just like when Peter Parker when he's with his uncle or something or his dad, not his dad. I don't think it's not his dad, but I think it's his uncle because his uncle has taught him says greater power comes greater responsibility, something like that, or something like that. I can't remember, but even though that's just a very true testament because basically you have to be responsible for the power that you have. It comes when it comes with power, it comes a greater responsibility. Even though, and I think that is correct, and I really do think so because even though with like I said with Fran, she does not have no power. She really does not. She really doesn't. Even though without her sword, even though her and sword, yes, they are powerful at once, but Fran needs to learn to not always rely on her sword to help her out really all that much. It means to me is that if she's not able to do what she's basically what she's doing, then she's not going to succeed. Means that there's a likely very good possibility that she could have died. But even though I definitely do agree with Baron Reviews, basically what he said was true because with both of them being split up, this is basically a new testament for Fran and basically what she really can do to help herself out and basically and hope for that miracle, just like what happened to Goku. Like I said, when he went Ultra Instinct, even though he didn't know how to acquire it, he didn't know how, but it was just something a trigger that made him snap. It just basically is just like when Goku went Super Saiyan, the first time that he was the first Saiyan out there to being Super Saiyan, even Super Saiyan 1. But even though Vegeta, even I think Vegeta acknowledged Goku basically as superior to him, something like that. I don't know. That's just basically what it feels to me and stuff like that. But even though I definitely do understand that some people probably did not like Vegeta because he was what he did, back in the past and stuff like that. They probably didn't like him. But even though just like I said before, when Goku went to Super Saiyan, it's just seeing his best friend die, which was Krillin. That's when Goku really snapped, and that's what Goku was saying, like, I had enough of this. I'm gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to take Freezer down. But even though Goku didn't really have much of a choice, now some people may say like, oh yeah, Goku killed Freezer, but however, I wouldn't say that because I think it was Freezer. It was Freezer's whole undoing because when the disc came around and chopped his body off, and he's gone and stuff, and I mean, it was. I'm not saying it's sad, but it was just sad. Like Goku passed away, and stuff like, even though he can be brought back and stuff like that. But the reason I'm saying all this is because like I don't want people to think like I'm comparing Fran to Goku. Okay, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it. But it's just basically you see this. You see this, sometimes basically different in anime. Just like with Sakura. Sakura is basically she's doing whatever she can. You'll help Naruto and Sasuke also well too because she's saying like, yeah, this is my turn. This is what I have to do. I have to protect him because this is what I gotta do. But even though some people may think like, oh yeah, Sakura was just being selfish when she chopped her hair off. Even didn't really understand the meaning of what was Sakura's what is kind of what Ash kind of do. It just shows that Sakura saying like, I have to step up. I have to defend Sasuke and Naruto because they're on the sidelines and they help me out. It's my turn to do that, and I admire Sakura's courage right there. And basically, she's not only doing it for herself, she's doing it because she's in love with Sasuke, and she's also doing it for Naruto and also Lee, also Rock Lee. And basically, that's basically she just doing it. But even though I think she did the right thing, just by taking those guys up, even though she didn't kill them, I don't think she did. But even though she definitely was trying, and she really was. And I admire her for that. I admire her courage. I admire her for doing that and stuff like that because that's what a true friend. That's what a true lover does and stuff like that. And just based with Fran, just based with her that basically of her, even though that she didn't have a sword, but Fran is still willing to take the sacrifice, the sacrifice and sacrifice for her sword. I mean, for her sensei, even though she didn't think about herself, but even though she was thinking about, not only about herself, but she's also thinking about, for her sword, like I said, for her teacher or dad, whatever you want to call it. But even though she's willing to take that risk, and that's something I really do like about Fran, really a lot. It's just one of them taking those big risks and just basically saying, I don't care. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do what I must and I have to do and stuff. That's something what I like my friend. So and basically, but even though without the sword, I think she really does decent training just to get some spells and stuff like that and some skills without using the sword. because I think that might make her stronger also well too. Some people are saying that she's a really weak character because without the sword and stuff like that. I kind of do agree on that. However, I kind of disagree on that because I'm like I said before, I mean she could come up with some other different spell or something like that or something like that or something that we really don't even know. You know that's basically what I think. That's basically what I see here and stuff like that. But I think Fran, she's a really good character. She really is good, and I'm glad her and Fran and and her papa, whatever you want to say, and Amanda as her mother, or well, not her biological mother, I wouldn't say, but even though, I mean, to be honest with you, I definitely want to talk about Amanda. Amanda is amazing, and I really do not see Amanda really becoming a backstabber. I just don't see it really all that yet, and I don't know what's going to happen in episode 12 and stuff like that because some people were kind of skeptical because even though with me I was kind of skeptical also too because like okay, well, should we put our faith into this woman, or is she going to help us out? Is she going to really can? Even though Franz is kind of like wondering, basically C3. But to be honest with you, I like Amanda. I really do. I mean, she looks like she's a really nice young lady. She really actually is, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to protect Fran also well too. Now, there's one other thing. This is not a negative. This is stuff like that. It's not a negative. But one thing I found very interesting, basically, this episode, where Amanda, she's kind of wondering like who's talking or something like that. Like, are you just talking sort of or something like that? But even though she backed off, she's like, oh, maybe I'm just hearing things or something like that. Maybe that's what she is or something like that. But I don't think Amanda would not tell anybody. Basically about the talking sword. I mean, she could, but even though that may be a very good possibility, but one thing I will say is that, I think she's going to be trustworthy. To me, I think she really actually is. But the question is she really actually going to be trustworthy or not? I still think there's maybe some speculation that she could be a bad person. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I really don't know. So yeah. Oh, and forgot one thing. Other thing. Teacher or the sensei, I would say, about him is that he summoned a wolf, which was basically a dark wolf that has to do dark magic. Even though he was basically trying to control the wolf, but even though he did the right thing by doing that, but Fran calls the wolf Fluffy because when she first fell in love with that dog, when she first saw that dog, you could just tell she's hugging on the dog and says she's a Fluffy, and that was so cute right there. It's just something that it's just really something else. It really actually is. Now I want to give my summary basically the whole deal based off this anime. One thing I definitely want to say here is that this anime does have its ups and downs. Does this make this anime perfect? No, it's not perfect. It's not. There's some issues that I may have said based in regards to this anime. But even though given an early vote, I definitely do. But I don't know if I should or not. But even I'm still going to continue to watch the anime because episode 12 that comes on I think Thursday or Wednesday. I'm not really sure, so I really don't know. But one thing I definitely want to say is that in the rating for this anime, to me, I'm going to give it a 7.5. 7.5. Because some of the different things about this anime. I know some people will probably would disagree with me. I'm not saying it's a terrible anime. It's just really it's not really it's just not. It's just some things I feel some of the certain episodes were just kind of rushed or something like that. Some people were saying they skipped content or something. I really don't know. I would love for you guys if you guys could explain that to me basically down in the comments down below, or have you guys read the light novels? Have you guys read the manga? Even though I have the manga right here, which is basically volume one, I still want to continue reading this. I still want to, but I really want to get the other books also too. If I ever do get the money, or maybe I might get it for Christmas. You never know. But yeah. Anyway, so like I said, I'm just going to give it a 7.5, and let's my opinion change. Based on the episode 12. We'll see. But even though, like I said before, I don't want people to think I'm bashing anime or being negative on anime, which I really am not. I'm just saying that's just basically from what I see basically in the anime, and that's just basically what I think. Now, some people may think that the manga or the light novel is a lot more better. we'll see, we'll see. But even though I'm thinking about doing a first impressions on this book, and just to see what's really going on and stuff with that, and see what you guys have to say and what you guys think. And so yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I love this anime. It's very good. If I ever do get a chance, I promise I will read that. And actually, I'm reading a book right now. Not right now. Not there in my live action, but I will say I need to get back on it and uh, share with you guys what are my opinions on the other one. Even though I'm not really done yet. Actually, there's one book right here. It's called the Magical Revolutionary Carnine Princess. Genius is young lady. So it's basically that. So yeah. If I ever do get time, like I said before, if I ever do get the time, then I will. Then I will. So yeah, yeah, definitely. I definitely like this anime. Definitely do very good. And so yeah, that's all. Just gonna say for right now. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Don't forget to subscribe. Please consider subscribing. Please hit the like button, give me a thumbs up, and please hit the notification bell also too. Just let me know you guys watching my videos, and please leave me comments as well. Anyways, I love you guys. Take care. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Take care. God bless. Remember, just love you. I love you guys. Be safe and remember, stay blessed. Love you guys. Take care.